All right, so now our attention focuses back onto the task at hand, which is the female professional category. We have 3 shooters that shot 120 out of 120 X's. Lico Areola, top of your screen with the Hoyt shirt on. Tanya Galantine with the Matthews jersey on, and then Paige Pierce. And let me tell you something, Dan Yazza, all 3 of these women have been Vegas champions, and all 3 of them have been 2-time Vegas 900 club members. This is how good the level for professional archery has come to, man. It is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, for how long there was only a few women that had ever shot a 900, and now you've got multiple people who have done it multiple times, and now you've got 3 of them that have shot 120 X's that no woman's ever shot 120 X's at indoor nationals before. So the level's definitely increased quite a bit.
And this is the 42nd annual of the NFAA Indoor National Championship 2022. We're at the Kentucky International Convention Center here in Louisville. It's also Easton 100-year celebration. Practice ends going on for this round of competition. 3 tied up top. We had 5 total women yesterday that had shot 60 X's. So of those, Toya Ellison and Sharon Wallace dropped a point or 2 each to knock themselves out of contention. Here is the brightest young talent that we have on the professional scene. Lico Ariel out of Hawaii, and of course won Vegas at 13 and 14 years old.
Yeah, and you think about what she did, what Bodie did. It's like you got these young kids coming up. It's pretty exciting for the sport of archery to have these kids come in. Hopefully going to inspire some other young kids to come in and start getting their hand in this. I know Dave Cousins and I had a conversation the other day about seeing these kids come in and beat all these guys that have been doing it for a long time, and it's great, it's inspiring, and for the growth of the sport, we need these young kids to come in and do this.
We certainly do, for a lot of different reasons. I mean, one of them obviously is Lico is just inspiration for younger shooters, knowing what's possible. And Dan, you've been around the sport a while, and I've really thought about it quite a lot as to why we have such an immense group of young, talented archers coming in. And I think there's a lot of reasons for it. I think number 1, the appeal of the sport. Number 2, the appeal of the sport for parents. But would you agree with me to say that in the last 10 years or so, we've seen the level of coaching get to another level? The amount of great coaches that we have spread around the United States, it's really been able to give great information to these young archers that has helped quite a bit.
Yeah, and I think the amount of information that's available has helped the learning curve of these kids go from, like when I started, I kind of had to do this on my own and figure it out and make mistakes, and now you've got coaches that'll come and be like, hey, you made this mistake, here's how you can fix it. So
via the internet. And because of that, and to put a little pressure, we're going to start with the girls. We shoot 1 arrow at a time. And you're going to see the reason why, so everybody can see where the arrow hits. Now, one of the things we learned in doing this is they quickly said, well, Bruce, you can't just start on this end or that end. So we have to flip a coin. All right? So the coin is going to be simple. Yeah, by the way, is that a regular coin or is it 2-headed? That's a regular coin. Okay. If this comes up heads, you're going to start. If it comes up tails, you're going to start. Why are you in this? Good question. Can we go by age? No, we can't say that, can we? No, it's going to be, the first one will be the direction that we're starting. Brittany, see how good this is? When they tell me what to do and they don't tell me the whole story. Hey, Brittany, the whole room is waiting for you. Come tell us what we're going to do. Because come on out, Brittany.
I'm sure Brittany's loving Bruce right now.
She's loving him.
Yeah.
You want to talk about
so
the organization behind this
Brittany
tournament.
tells me to flip a coin.
This is Brittany.
Say if we're going to
If it
start
wasn't
from the
for
right or the
Brittany,
left.
I don't know if Bruce
But
could stand up there and hold that mic.
I'm not sure he could tie his shoes.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
This is new.
Okay, so what are we doing? Okay.
So we are shooting arrow by arrow. So I guess we're flipping a coin to see who goes first, second, and third. Sure.
Okay, so how do we flip this coin to decide who goes first?
That was I don't know.
Yeah, drawing straws would have been easier, wouldn't it?
No, we.
Why don't we just rock, paper,
We actually just randomly picked, but that's fine.
Okay, are we going to you got to decide. It's your rule.
Randomly picked.
Oh, you randomly picked.
Already.
So see, we're not even flipping a coin. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
So who is shooting first?
Who is shooting first? I don't know.
Is it the order they came out? Okay, see, all this technical stuff's really cool. I kind of like this impromptu stuff. So we will be shooting. The first archer that came out
Yes, we are shooting.
was,
No, we are shooting left to right.
we're shooting left to right with the field of play in the background.
Yes, and this is on your sheet.
Oh, and this is on our sheets. I don't read it. Okay, Paige, congratulations. You get to shoot first. You're shooting second, you're shooting third. Now, hey, Cam, did I stall long enough? Are we good? Okay, I got the thumbs up. See, you thought that was on purpose. All right, everybody. First official scoring in. This scores X
Yeah.
counts as
We
5.
can
Way
just-
to, way, way
we
to
can
blame
just-
it on us.
We can just
Regular
cut Bruce
start.
off now.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, let's clear this up,
Clock
okay?
will start and stop you each arrow.
So Paige Pierce is going to lead us off shooting, and this is going to go arrow to arrow. So obviously we have 5 arrows. Paige is going to shoot 1 arrow. She has 30 seconds to do it. Then there's going to be a buzzer, and then Tanya is going to go, and she's going to shoot, and then we're going to go that order until all 5 arrows are shot. So the focus is going to be on each individual arrow, and yes, Dan, this puts extra pressure on people.
Yeah, and Bruce loves to put pressure on people.
He does. Not that it's pressure enough with the prize money on the line. So obviously, Dan, for Paige,
That's a great inside-out X.
certainly is.
Good way to start.
And of course, all 3 of these athletes have switched from the arrows that they shot in qualification, we'll call it qualification round, and they've all switched to skinny arrows.
Yeah, I got 2 solid inside-outs here. You can see Liko's using a hinge where the other 2 girls are using a thumb button. All 3 inside-outs.
Now for Liko, even though she won Vegas at 13 years old, she didn't have to do it in a shoot-off. So her first big professional shoot-off was actually Vegas this year, in which she won. So this is her second go at it. So just like that, Liko Ariola gets just dropped in the shark tank.
Yep, exactly. Start swimming in the deep end, you never know what you're going to find.
So much experience between all 3 of these archers, but Tanya Galantine, of course, has made a name in world archery over the years, and shooting obviously in the 900 club. The 900 club, by the way, in Vegas means that you shot a perfect 900 score. Something that wasn't accomplished by a lot of female athletes over the years, but of course we had 3 do it in Vegas this year, just like we're seeing for the first time perfect 120 X's out of 120 shots for the professional female category.
And these girls are just pounding right now. I know inside outs don't count right now, but they're all shooting inside outs.
Yeah, and of course that's always what you're looking for, because you know what's coming down the pipe. And that, of course, is the main reason why you go from those larger diameter arrows to the skinny arrows, is because you're hoping you have more real estate to make sure you don't catch the line when, after this end, we're going to go to inside out scoring.
She kind of grimaced there, but it's still a solid shot.
For Liko Ariola, she told me that the bow that she's shooting is a different bow, so she brought both her indoor and outdoor bows. Sometimes archers have that, but with Paige, looking at the equipment that she's shooting, she just sticks with the Steady Eddie.
Yep, and there's some rests out there now that you can actually switch out. So I know when I made the shoot off at Indoor Nationals a couple years ago, or last year, I had a rest that was set up for big arrows, and I had a rest that was set up for small arrows in 2 different sites. So I could shoot the same bow, but have everything tuned and ready to go for small arrows. Should I make the shoot off, which I did, and then I wish I would have stayed with my big ones.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and some people do that. I know that coming up in the professional male category, there's a few archers who actually don't have that swappable rest, but they just completely replaced their rest for the skinny arrows. I know that in years past, in some competitions, a shooter like Jesse Broadwater would actually shoot larger diameter arrows until it got to inside out, and then all of a sudden he switched to skinnies on the same bow and just literally said, "Oh, I got the rest set up," and just a couple clicks. He knew the clicks on his sight, and he was ready to go. So it looks like Paige Pierce has set the benchmark with a perfect 25, and
Tanya's done the same.
Now it's on to Liko to continue this on to the inside out for her.
Another inside out.
No
All
problem.
3 girls, 5 inside outs. Looks like they're ready to roll. This could be a long shoot off.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
So you look at Paige and Tanya and how many times they've been in shoot offs on the world stage and traveled overseas and done stuff. And Liko's fairly new on the stage, but she just looks so calm and confident. And I watched her shoot a little bit. She was on the opposite line of me, so I was able to kind of look down the line and watch her shoot. And she just looked so steady all weekend.
Here's 25. Guillotine, 25. And Areola, 25. All tied. Here we go again.
See, but Dan, if you look at the way that they shot, you're thinking, okay, this could go on for ever and ever and ever. But just saying that we're going inside out scoring adds a bit of pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like at Vegas when they say this is the first in for score, and all of a sudden the ground feels like it's shaking underneath you.
Mm-hmm. So a good look at Paige Pierce out of California, who
All right,
currently...
girls, this is the same thing, except this end, the X counts as 5, scored inside out. Once again, if you touch the X-ring line, it's scored out. Same order. Good luck.
Paige is currently ranked 8th in the world. Tanya Galantine, our number 2 ranked shooter in world archery. Paige kicks us off. Ooh, that one's going to be close. I'm going to look at Dan Yazza to call that one for us.
From our angle, I can't tell.
No question that one for Galantine, who now resides in Kentucky, as you can see from her name placard.
Dead center.
Yikes. Doesn't look like there's any nerves for Liko. No question for Paige on their second shot.
That one's on the line.
Yep, so that one's more than likely going to be a 4. If you're just joining us, this is the NFAA Indoor National Championship 2022, and we are in the middle of a first, second, and third place shoot-off in the professional female category to be dubbed national champion. And for Liko, Areola, what do you see from that one?
It looks like it's touching. It's kind of hard to tell from here.
We're in the second end of scoring, inside out. So for Galantine,
5.
so what's interesting is the highest score, if another shooter matches it, this goes on. If you're under that high score, then you're eliminated. Each one of these archers has a questionable arrow in terms of inside out.
5.
Yeah, so it's going to come down to what the judges see with their magnifying glasses and flashlights. And to me, Paige's looks like it might not be out. The other two look like they're touching the line, but it's too close to call from here.
5. 5. 5.
She didn't look happy with that shot, but I'm sure she's happy with where it landed.
And of course, she's looking back into the crowd. Probably coach or parents back there, just kind of confirming what they see through their binoculars.
5.
So
Really long hold for Paige, and that one landed good. Nice strong shot.
initially, it looks like 24. It's unofficial score.
5.
That one's close, but it's pretty solid in.
Mm-hmm. Liko would at least give herself a chance to continue on, depending on the score. Nothing in the middle.
5.
Yep, easy there. All right,
So I think it's going to come down to that call on Paige's. Was that her first arrow that was really, really close?
yes.
Again, from this angle, it looks like it's in, but it's all going to come down to the judge's call.
Looking at Paige Pierce and her execution of shot.
He didn't even bring out the magnifying glass, so it may not be as close as we think it is.
Yeah, with the diameter of that arrow.
He's going to take a little closer look. First judge was pretty quick on it.
Here's the benchmark
Pierce,
score.
24.
Yep, so that arrow was on the line. Yeah, you get a little better angle of it there. So I think we're going to have another end.
Galantine, 24.
So unless for some reason Liko got them all, we know we're at least moving on to 2. It looks
And Ariola, 24. We're tied again.
Going on another end.
be the same scoring system inside out. We're just doing it again, and this could go on for a while. But what's interesting, Dan, is I was noticing down at the target, Paige was having a good look at her arrow. I want to make sure that that was the right call.
We always just want to confirm. Looks like he's having fun.
He is having fun, and you know, it's one of the greatest things about the NFAA moving the professional shooters from Friday to Saturday. We've talked about it in the amateur, Saturday to Sunday. There's so many people here. There were 1,500 archers that are competing in this year's tournament. It's our first year back in Louisville since 2016, and if you didn't join us at the top of the broadcast, what Bruce Cull had told us is that we're going to be back here in Louisville for the next 2 years. It is the final year of the contract they had because of COVID, and we weren't able to come in here and do this tournament. We're going to be extended to Louisville. And Dan, I've had a great experience since we got here. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Louisville is a very good location for most of the people that come to this. It's within driving distance of, I would say, probably at least 75% of the people that come to this on the amateur level. So the location's good. You've got hotels that are all attached to this building that they can stay in. They've got room blocks with the NFAA, so you can get good rates.
Plenty of food around here.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of places to eat, and yeah, it's a great place to have it.
Let's hear what Bruce is doing now.
She said she wants to shoot. And that means there's going to be a next time, right? You know, confidence is awesome. You guys are great. Now, we're in the third scoring end. The second end of scoring the X counts as 5 inside out. All right? Here we go. Same rules. Good luck.
So Bruce going over that nothing has changed from the second end to the third end.
Just wants to make sure the shooters know. The winner of this one. Oh, yeah.
Light went off.
Tell us about that. What?
So a lot of shooters will use a fiber optic and then have a light pumped into it, so it kind of blows the light up. I don't know if she's using a clarifier or not, but a clarifier, if you think about like a camera lens, when you focus it, it'll focus stuff far away but make things closer blurry. So then they'll use the light to pump up the light on the inside so you can see it better. If that light goes off, you basically lose your aiming reference.
So yeah, so with the time it took to score the arrows, you know, they have auto shut-offs, and so
Yep.
she just forgot to turn it on.
Five.
Oh boy. We could be here a while.
5
That
four
one's
liner.
close. That one looks like it's in though.
5.
Tanya solid in there.
And if you're new to 5-spot shooting with NFAA rules, which plenty of people can shoot around their home clubs, get your own targets and shoot them up.
5.
Lika wasn't happy with it, but
She
she got
just
it.
always looks like she's not happy because it's not dead center, but it's good.
Exactly, because it's not dead center. But again, with NFAA rules, you can
5.
choose to shoot. Not only, Dan, can you choose to shoot in any order that you'd like, but actually with NFAA rules, these shooters shooting skinny arrows, if they chose to shoot 5 arrows in the middle target, say, they can do it.
Yeah. Yep, the NFAA rules allow you to do that on this 5-spot target. So I know a lot of guys in the last end of the year and they aren't in it for anything. They'll throw all 5 27s at the X in the middle and
Yikes.
kind of give you a Viking funeral.
Yeah, beat up some arrows, that's for sure.
5.
I wonder if, I don't know, Lico doesn't actually have binoculars. You can see Paige, the lanyard is kind of wrapped around the back and the front.
5.
Her binoculars are there, so, ooh.
Now that middle one was good.
Yeah. But if Paige chose, and you can see Tanya has the same thing, if she chose to take a look through the bino, she could. Lico at this point, she doesn't have that. And what I've noticed about her target is she is hanging a little bit to one side.
Yeah, I mean, you can see whenever she shoots, he looks back. She obviously probably has a coach back there that's helping her, telling her. I mean, that's probably what they've worked on at home is she's going to do what she's going to do, and the coach is going to tell her, hey, move a click here, move a click there. That one still looks pretty good.
5-4 liner, though, if that one's called as a 4.
5.
Paige's top one. That's the top right one is the one that I'm looking at. I mean, it looks okay
5.
from our view, but it doesn't matter because right now we know Tanya Galantine has got a
She's
clean
solid.
target.
So there's a couple calls, one on Lico's, one on Paige's target. I think they look good, but I'm not the final say, so we'll see what happens.
5.
From that angle, Lico's top right one looks good.
Yeah, and it's not the hole that it makes, it's where the arrow rests.
Yeah, so, and you'll see in these targets too, I mean, there's filling inside of them, so sometimes the arrow will kick one way or the other. And you can have an unlucky bounce and get an arrow kick into the target the wrong way, and you see where they kick into it the right way and give you a little bit of luck. So let's go to.
That was a great one, by the way.
Yeah.
We had the time speeding up for Lico's targets. All right, so judges looking at this, then we're going to hear from Bruce Cull to find out what exactly is going on with that arrow.
Pierce, 25.
She got it.
She got it.
Yeah.
That was close. Yep, you can see that little white right in there in between the arrow and the line, so that one was inside out.
Galantine, 25.
Yeah, that was easy call and quick. Now Lico.
That one looks pretty close.
Is she still in it? That's the question. If she's out, she's third.
From that shot, it looks like it's touching.
It does. And that was her final arrow too of this third end for Lico Areola.
Yeah, and you can't see any light in between the line and the arrow, so that's going to be a super, super close call.
And give a big round of applause to third place, Areola. Congratulations.
What a great job for her. I mean, as young as she is, to be able to hang in with these girls, shoot 120 X's over the weekend, I mean, that's
And
just
we will
awesome.
continue
And
to
I
shoot
know
off for first and
Paige
second
and Tanya
with
both
Tanya
appreciate
Galantine and
the
Paige
competition
Pierce.
because that's bringing the level of all the women shooters up.
Without question.
And that's just going to bring more and more recognition to them.
So for Lico, she'll roll out of here with $1,000 in her pocket, as well as contingency from her sponsors. So now it's down to two. Two legends, as of course Tanya Galantine now residing in Kentucky after marrying
Most of you
Braden
probably know
Galantine.
this, but Lico over here has gained a lot of respect by, I think, a lot of the professional women. She's 14 years old, and she just won the Vegas shoot the last 2 years in a row and got third place here. Give her a big round of applause.
Now, I think she's got a lot of respect from everybody.
Everybody.
Not just the women.
No.
I mean,
Worldwide.
yes.
All right, girls, we're going to continue on. X counts as 5, scored inside out. Good luck.
One
See
thing I
her
know-
with her coach there,
Yeah.
talking to her. I'm sure he's telling her what a great job she did. I'm sure she's not happy. None of us are if we don't win. But she did a great, great job.
Now back to single arrow, inside out scoring.
5.
Solid.
If you touch the line or you're outside that ring in the middle, it's a 4. Paige kicks us off with a good one. This is our 4th end of scoring for the
5.
number 1 spot to be crowned NFAA Indoor National Champion. It's between this archer, Paige Pierce, and Tanya Galantine. Originally from Denmark, now from Kentucky.
You know, her
5.
and Braden made the move down to Kentucky not too long ago, so it seems like they're enjoying their time down there and probably enjoying this weather better than in Boston.
How dare you?
5.
If you're just joining us here at the NFAA Indoor National Championship 2022, we're watching the professional female category shoot for the number 1 spot. We're at the Kentucky
5,
International
dead center.
Convention Center here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're in our 4th end of scoring, and it is inside out, and archers have
5,
arrived
dead
on
center.
this final scene with skinny arrows to make sure that they give themselves the biggest advantage. Something that we've only seen really, Dan, in the last couple of years. I mean, it wasn't real popular to switch in the middle of a tournament, but for Paige, the door is now open for Galantine.
So now the pressure's on. She knows she just has to hit 2 inside outs, and she's the national champion.
5.
Oh, wow. So Galantine, 1 arrow away from national champion. So either way, we're either a national champion or we're going to another end.
Oh, that was quick.
5.
And she got
was,
it.
and she got it. Oh, Tanya Galantine, after 3 women, shot a perfect 120 X's out of 120 X's. She executes when she needed to, and that extra pressure, Dan, when she knew that Paige had thrown that 4.
I know a lot of times you get in that pressure where, like, you know you have to hit 1 to win. It takes a long, long time for that release to break, and you can tell she just put everything into it, made a nice strong shot, went off quick, right in the middle.
But it's not official till it comes out of Bruce's lips.
It's pretty official.
I know, but yeah, come on.
All right, big round of applause. 2nd place, Paige Pierce, and your national champion, Tanya Galantine.
There it is. 3 women shot 120 X's, and then Tanya Galantine comes out on top.
It only took 4 ends.
The way they were going, I was thinking we were going to be here till 9 or 10 o'clock. Well, it is 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
Be here till 10 o'clock.
See, but that shows you how you know, these top archers, they know each other, they respect each other, they have to shoot together all the time. And it was nice of Paige to just take a quick photo for Tanya for the social media. Yeah, I call it the social media. What are you going to do about it? Well, that's our 2 matches. So we've already had a winner for the professional senior male, and that was Kendall Woody over Randy Morocco. And then some highlights from this match of Lico Areola, Tanya Galantine, and Paige Pierce as they went to the center stage and duked it out for the national championship. And the look on Lico's face says it all. I asked Lico how school was going, and she just kind of gave me that look that you just saw. And she's like, it's fine, but I'm focused on archery. She absolutely loves this sport. And
It's
a great
nice.
third place for her.
Braden come out and give Tanya a nice big hug and a kiss, and
by the way,
now he's
this
getting
is
ready to
Tanya's
shoot himself,
first,
but I'm sure he's
correct,
excited.
Tanya? NFAA
Yeah, that's
National
what you didn't see when we're
Championship.
looking at these highlights.
Congratulations again.
Paige
So for
always
those
with
of
the
you that
great
haven't seen
sportsmanship.
this, if you watch over there, you can see Tanya is doing a live interview right now. And as soon as
All right,
she's
so we're going to do this interview while Bruce does his thing. Tanya, unbelievable. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about, yeah, no kidding, because I mean, you had to have known from the crowd, and I'm not sure if you were looking down at the target, that Paige shot that 4 there with 2 arrows to go.
With 2 hours to go, I knew, and I was like, well, okay, so if I just put him in the middle, it's all mine. But at that point, your nerves just get worse because you know what could happen.
So on your last arrow, it went off really, really fast. What were you thinking when you were getting settled into the shot?
So fast is normally my go-to shot. So when you see me out there and I'm slow, that's not what I want. I want that fast shot. So I was actually a little slower than I wanted to be today.
Yeah, well, listen, you were right on pace and right on target when you needed to, and now you are 2022 NFAA Indoor National Champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right. So our first 2 matches are done and dusted, and obviously a big smile for Tanya Galantine. But there's more action to come here from the Kentucky International Convention Center here in Louisville, Kentucky.